Hello everyone. The topic for the day is paragraph writing, and in this video I'll be focusing on 4 basic points. First of all, I'll be talking about definition of a paragraph, which will be followed by a brief discussion of structure of a paragraph. I shall then be giving you one example of a well-written paragraph, and finally I shall be discussing some tips to write a good paragraph. So let us start with the basic definition of a paragraph. A paragraph is a series of sentences that are organized and coherent and are all related to a single topic. Now there are again 2 to 3 important things, as is always the case with every definition. The 2 to 3 important things in this definition also. The first one, paragraph is a series of sentences, which means paragraph will be a group of sentences. So normally this group has around 10 to 15 sentences, not more than 15 in any case, because then it becomes tough to write a good paragraph. Now these 10 to 15 sentences should be organized and coherent. Now this means that all the sentences should be related to each other, and anything that is superfluous should be left out. And now these 10 to 15 well-organized sentences, well-organized here means that these sentences should have a beginning, middle and an end. So these 15 sentences should all be related to one single topic. Now this becomes the most important point in the definition of a paragraph, because a paragraph will discuss only one point. This is the important thing. A paragraph cannot discuss multiple main points. If we want to discuss multiple main points, then we need to write an essay containing multiple paragraphs, not just one single paragraph. So I repeat again, a paragraph is series of sentences. Series of sentences here means that there should be 10 to 15 sentences in the paragraph. These sentences are well organized. They have a beginning, middle and an end. They are coherent, which means they are related to each other, and they all talk about one basic idea. Next up, a paragraph may contain information as varied as series of small examples related to a point, or a lengthy illustration of a single point. Again, the meaning of it is that paragraphs can be of different types. The way they are written, that can vary. So the writer might like to give multiple examples related to one topic, or he might give one lengthy illustration or example related to the same topic. So this point basically talks about the fact that there can be multiple examples or a single example in the same in one paragraph, not the same paragraph. Next up, it might describe a place, character or process, narrate a series of events, compare or contrast 2 or more things, classify items into categories, or describe causes and effects. Regardless of the kind of information they contain, all paragraphs share certain characteristics. So 2 sections are there in this point. Now these are the broad things about which a paragraph can be written. A paragraph can talk about a place, a character, a process. It can narrate an event or series of events. Comparison, contrast can be done through paragraphs. Things can be classified into categories in a paragraph, or cause and effect relationships can be there, and they can be talked about in a paragraph. The second thing here is that regardless of the type of paragraph that is being written, paragraphs have certain set characteristics, and these characteristics, friends, are in terms of structure of a good paragraph. Every paragraph will have a beginning, an introduction. Next will be the main body, and finally there will be the conclusion. Now the logical question that can be there in your mind is that I've said that paragraph should have 15 lines max. How can there be an introduction? I'm not talking about 5 or 6 line introduction. Here I'm just talking about 1 or 2 line introduction, very brief thing, so that the reader is initiated into the main discussion of the main idea. So let's discuss introduction first of all. An introduction of a paragraph initiates the reader into the discussion on a topic that is to follow. Now, if you do not have this introduction, then if you just start with the main body, it will be very abrupt. If the topic is, I'll keep it very general, population explosion, and you do not have that introductory line, You just start with the causes of population explosion in a country like India. It will be very abrupt. So some initiation of the reader into the topic has to be there, and that will be done by introduction. Next up, the introduction might give the background information very briefly, 1 line, max 2 lines. Background information can be there. If the topic is population explosion in India, if you start straight away with population explosion, again, it is abrupt. You need to talk very briefly about India as a nation, maybe the existing number of people in India, and then shift to the fact that population explosion can have demerits. Next up, the introduction of a paragraph must contain the topic sentence. Now this becomes extremely important. Introduction, first 2-3 lines must have the topic sentence. The logical question that emerges is, what is a topic sentence? It is the most important sentence as it hints or introduces the basic theme of the sentence or the paragraph. Now, topic sentence is the one which will tell the reader what the basic theme of the paragraph is. Now, this topic sentence is normally placed in the first 2 to 3 lines, maybe 4 lines of a paragraph, not more than this. It cannot be in the main body. Why? Because this is the sentence which is going to tell the reader about the basic theme, and you want to tell the reader the basic theme straight away in the introduction itself, not in the main body. So topic sentence, the most important sentence which tells the reader the basic idea of the paragraph, should be there, the first 2 to 3 lines, 4 lines maximum. A paragraph without topic sentence will be very abrupt. You might give the background information, you might talk about the fact that in India, India is a developing country. In India there are lots of people. You do not give the number, and then you do not state that the paragraph will talk about the demerits or disadvantages of having a lot of people. Then it will be very abrupt. You'll just give the background and you'll shift to the causes of population explosion. It will be, trust me, a very abrupt writing. Next up, while talking about topic sentence, what is the function performed by a topic sentence? Topic sentence performs certain functions. First one is, it substantiates or supports an essay's thesis statement. Thesis statement is the basic statement which tells the theme of the paragraph. It substantiates, the topic sentence substantiates this thesis statement, or supports is the easier word. It supports this thesis statement. Next up, topic sentence unifies the content of a paragraph and directs the order of the sentences. It is through the topic sentence that unity is achieved. Topic sentence is one sentence which highlights the theme, and then all the other sentences refer back to the topic or the topic sentence. So unity can be achieved like this. Next up, it advises the reader of the subject. It advises the reader of the subject to be discussed and how the paragraph will discuss it. Since it talks about the basic theme, it tells the reader, it advises the reader about the course that the entire discussion will take. It is through the topic sentence that the reader comes to know about it.